Push you off the precipice, I have no doubt. Finger on the trigger, just say when. Blow away his dust, never see you again. Put it in my soul. Put it in my soul. Put it in my soul. Put it in my soul.
Good evening and welcome to the Core Racing Series. This is going to be race number 6 of tonight. We are a back-to-back race today, September 2nd, Labor Day, the day that we should all be doing nothing and enjoying racing. We're going to be racing today at Michigan International Speedway, and we're going to be racing these DW12s. So let's go ahead and jump into a quick overview about the track, and then I'll get into format and info about the series.
What's up, guys? This is Carl Hammer again from Core Racing. Just want to thank everybody for coming out here. This is going to be the second race tonight, and this is going to be in the DW12 Indycar style vehicles. We're going around the Michigan International Speedway for this one. This is going to drive like a super speedway in the sense that you won't have to get off the gas pretty much at all, at least for the first couple laps. Then once you get into the racing a little bit, even 3-4 laps into the race, the back end does like to kick out, as you can see even just in the practice laps right here, that it will snap on you pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So that is something you're going to want to watch for from everybody. But the other thing that's going to be nice is the cars do suck up pretty nicely to each other in the draft, so it should be some nice tight racing. Should be some good battles out there, and hopefully you see a lot of passing and you enjoy the race.
All right, so format today is going to be Michigan cars DW12. Qualifying is only going to be one lap. They already did that ahead of time. We have featured is going to be 30 laps to the feature. Competition caution is going to be at lap 15. Little info about the race. Hosts are going to be Carl Handwerk and Eric Andrews. I don't have it on here, but the sponsor is Barry again. Thanks again for sponsoring, Barry. And once again, to go over it all again, Death by Moose Broadcasting is going to be your host for today, and I'm your commentator. Let's go ahead and get ready for the gridding. These guys are going to be driving some very fast cars. It is going to be insane. All right, looks like gridding is underway. Is over, and we got the green flag. I think these guys are going to go ahead and pace it out. Let Jonathan Platt catch up to them real fast. Looks like he had some connection issues or had to take care of something, so they're going to go ahead and wait for him to catch up and run the first lap. A little bit of info about this IndyCar race. We're actually at lap 15, going to be taking a moment of silence for Antoine Hudebert, or sorry, Hudebert. I can't. It's a French name. I can't pronounce it entirely. I'm sorry if I butcher it. He is a Formula 2 driver that died recently, and he only died, or he was at the age of 22, which is very young to die at, and also driving Formula 2. It's really rough, and it's tough to lose someone at that age for anyone. So we will have a moment of silence for him at lap 19. But other than that, please enjoy the show, and it should be underway real soon. All right, looks like Jonathan Platt's catching up to the group. Is he going to be starting with the running start? Uh-oh. No, he's going to slow down. All right, they're going to go ahead and grid up right now. All right, we're off. Here we go. Kevin Foster in first place. Second place, Jonathan Platt. We have Willie right behind him. Looks like Willie's going to go ahead and drop off a little bit. Carl sneaking up on the outside, overtaking Willie. Now, so you're going to see with these cars, I'll play it over if there's a competition caution, or when the caution comes up, if there is one. At the beginning of the video, Carl went ahead and walked us through the race and how it's going to perform. Looks like there's a slight error with my program. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Sorry about this. Looks like it's doing the race all wrong. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Sorry about that. I have a quick overlay malfunction. Let me get this handled as fast as possible as I can. Seems to be pulling everyone in the wrong locations. All right, looks like it has it correct. We have Kevin Foster in first. Second place, Jonathan Platt. We have Eric Andrews. Fourth place, Willie Abraham. And fifth place, Carl Handwerk. All right, looks like Jonathan Platt's going to go ahead and keep his pace away from everyone right now. Same thing with Foster. Eric sucking into oh, nope, wasn't able to do it. Carl taking the inside. One thing to note about these Indy cars, especially on this track, they're going to actually have a lot of traction and downforce, so it's very sticky, and they're very responsive. So you're going to see people being able to suck up into someone on a draft and then just whip it around them. So playing defensively is really hard to do, especially when people have that much acceleration behind them. You're going to see some really good driving. So you're probably going to see where Eric Andrews is fifth place right now. He's going to be behind Willie. See, now he's going to line up right behind him, and you're going to see him suck up right behind him. Just watch this. He's going to start gaining speed on him. These guys don't need to let off the throttle. They're going to be riding the throttle the whole way through, and Willie's going to drop down below. If I was Eric, I would have stayed behind him just for that short moment of time. Looks like he let off the gas, allowing Willie to pull ahead of him. Let's go ahead and jump to the 43. There you go. Jonathan Platt going to swing out wide. on the high lane. Oh, whoa, lost him there. Oh, we got a crash. And looks like Jonathan's gonna have to roll it in. He might have to do a fast repair on this. That is not good. Yeah, he's definitely gonna roll it in. He doesn't want to get towed. That's gonna make it really tough. Looks like Eric got towed. Yeah, but he's gonna go for the roll. All right. Well, while we're waiting for this to catch up, let me go ahead and play the quick run through that Carl gave.
What's up, guys? This is Carl Hammer again from Core Racing. Just want to thank everybody for coming out here. This is going to be the second race tonight, and this is going to be in the DW12 Indycar style vehicles. We're going around the Michigan International Speedway for this one. This is going to drive like a super speedway in the sense that you won't have to get off the gas pretty much at all, at least for the first couple laps. Then once you get into the racing a little bit, even 3-4 laps into the race, the back end does like to kick out, as you can see even just in the practice laps right here, that it will snap on you pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So that is something you're going to want to watch for from everybody. But the other thing that's going to be nice is the cars do suck up pretty nicely to each other in the draft, so it should be some nice tight racing. Should be some good battles out there, and hopefully you see a lot of passing and you enjoy the race.
All right, and we're back. Everyone's gonna go ahead and pit, get some repair, some damage repaired. They're also gonna probably swap tires. This track burns tires real fast. 10 laps, and you're already wanting a new pair. Since these cars have so much downforce and they're coming around these corners full speed, doing about 220 miles an hour, you're going to see a lot of tire wear. You're going to see a lot of tire wear on these cars because they can just grip so well, and it's just going to really wear down to them. Around lap 15, you really start to feel it. The cars start to get a little squirrely in the back end, start to give out. And you have to be really careful about that, especially if you're trying to overtake someone. You suck up right behind them, then you go swing around them. If you're trying to swing around them on a corner or right before a corner, you might lose your back end and totally send it in. Alright, looks like we're going to have 2 more guys pop in for some repairs. There we go. Looks like Platt was able to make it in there and get some repairs done. Luckily in this track, when you do have an accident and you need to get waved around, you're able to make this in looks like you guys are doing under 40 seconds, which is a very fast lap. You're able to catch up back to the pack and get waved around and line up. So it's very easy to rebuild the pack. Alright, looks like our first 3 lines are going to be Willie, Carl, and Kevin Foster. I apologize to anyone that's watching. I'm going to restart the stream. Looks like I'm having a buffering issue. Just wait with me a second, and once again, I'm really sorry. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I had a buffering issue on my side. I just had to restart the stream. YouTube was telling me that they weren't able to maintain a smooth stream due to buffering issues, so I went ahead and fixed that. All right, and the pack is back together. Pace car is dropping off.
Green flag, green flag.
And there we go. We have neck and neck, Willie and Carl. Coming around to the first turn, we have Eric Andrews going and tailing behind these guys. Jonathan Platt, who's in the accident, number 43. Right with these guys too. Looks like he's going to swing out high and right behind Willie. Carl making a run for it. Willie holding on strong. Looks like Eric was able to swing around. Both Foster now going after Jonathan Platt, taking him on the inside. Now Platt should be able to catch up to him and pull around him. We'll see what happens though. All right, here we go. Just listen to these guys just swing by 220 miles an hour. Looks like Platt got pushed all the way to the back end. Now we're gonna have Willie and Eric battling it out. Eric closing that guy behind Willie. You know, in these cars, it's really fast paced. You know, let's go ahead and jump into into Willie's car, and you can just see how fast these guys are going to be sucking up to each other and then trading off positions. So right now, they're going to be running the midline a little bit. Oh, getting a little closer. It looks like we just, oh man, another yellow flag. Looks like we just had a quick bump. Ooh. Yep, Willie bumping the inside. Sorry, the back left tire or the rear left tire of Eric and pushing him into the wall, and Eric just being obliterated. Looks like Eric is able to do some repairs. Let's go ahead and see if we can catch him there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull him in and talk to him. Hey Eric, this is Booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, are you gonna be able to keep up with the race? Did you still have a fast repair for that?
No, I had to use it the first time when Platt got into the wall, and I had nowhere to go with him. And then right there, Willie just got into me in the back, and
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So I think I'm pretty much done.
Oh, that's a bummer, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was in Willie's cockpit when he pulled it off.
Yeah, I felt like I had solid. I was actually starting to reel Carl in a little bit there, and I felt pretty good, you know, just getting a little more comfortable with the car. It's my first time running it, and felt a little more comfortable with it, and started to feel where I could probably reel Carl in a little bit, but not to be. But that's race.
Yeah, that happens, especially with these cars. They you just touch someone and boom, you're gone. All right, man. Well, sorry to hear that, and you give you give Willie hell for me, all right?
All right, man, will do.
All right, bye. Yeah, that's a bummer. All right, looks like these guys are gonna drop in and go ahead and pit. Eric's just gonna go ahead and sit inside pit road and let that finish for him. He's still gonna get points, but he's not gonna get any placement points. Yeah, you have to be really careful, especially with these open wheel vehicles. You know, you touch a tire and you pull them, you throw them around. It gets real tough for these guys. All right, pace car is off.
Green, green, green.
And we're green to go. All right, we're in Kevin Foster's car right now. He's going to be sucking up right behind number 18, Carl Handler. Right behind Kevin Foster, we also have Jonathan Platt. Looks like Carl's pulling away right there. Platt swinging out on the outside from probably a bump draft. Oh, it looks like Eric Andrews is back in the race. Looks like he swapped with Willie. All right, Kevin Foster having a lot of time to make up right now. And there we go. That's what we want to see. He's going to go ahead and suck it behind 9, push around 9, and then jump behind the 43. And he can still stick to him around this corner if he stays on the inside. 43 is probably going to bump down into his lane. I don't know why he's letting off the gas. He can really hold it the whole way through. Shouldn't have any issues with it. And there we go. Here comes Carl in first, right behind him, Jonathan Platt, and then right behind Jonathan we have Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster and Eric Andrews go ahead and swing back and forth with each other. It looks like Eric was able to take it away from him right now. Kevin's going to have to line back up behind him again and take it back. All right, we are at lap 21. Sorry, I missed the lap of silence. Just going to go ahead and put that out there real fast. I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio, and we're going to take a quick lap of silence for, once again, Antoine Hubert, the Formula 2 driver that died recently. Once again, the Formula 2 driver was Antoine Hubert. He drove a number 19. And it looks like we just had someone else. Oh, Eric threw it into the wall. Yeah, both Jonathan and Kevin need to work together on this one. They have 8 laps to go. They need to start drafting off each other and pushing each other all the way up. Looks like Eric's back in the race again. Kevin Foster getting up right behind him. In the Baskin-Robbins ice cream machine over here. Whoa! Saw the back end of 43 right there just kick out. And this is what we're going to see. He's going to suck in right behind him, then he's going to either... Oh, no, he's going to stay behind him. It looks like they're going to go ahead and try and push him up. See if they can catch up to Carl. 6 laps to go. They have a lot of distance to make up, but they could be able to do it. Foster's just getting a little rough out there, not really holding to his lines. He needs to do his best to really stick behind Jonathan Platt. Foster's still looking for a way to get around him. Can't seem to make a pass. As you can see, he's going to stay on the high line. He's probably going to ride the mid right now. That's probably the fastest line. Really. Oh, Jonathan having some issues. Oh, and just plowing it right into the sidewall right there. Looks like he came a little low, hit the dirt, and then just lost control. Carl just running away with it. 5 laps to go. Definitely set in stone for him. Looks like Jonathan's out of the race. Now we got 3 guys down. We have 3 racers down, 3 racers left. Carl, Kevin, and Eric Andrews. 5 laps to go. Carl on an amazing lead right now. Foster right behind him, and then pretty much the same distance between both him and Eric. So this is going to be real tough for these guys to catch up. And here comes Kevin Foster. Flying down the lane. He sees Carl, but I don't know if he thinks he can make it to him. I hope he can. He's got 3 laps, and these laps at 30 seconds, give or take some change. Actually, give some change. They're about 30.5 to 40 seconds. And he's going to be whipping around that corner already. Unless Carl has a bad corner, he's not going to be able to catch up to him, and their positions are sealed. And you see Carl's driving nice and smooth around. He's going to go ahead and take the midline. He's not going to go too high. He's not going to go too low. He's going to keep it nice and easy on these tires. You have to be careful, because if you get too aggressive coming down on these turns, you can definitely kick out your back end, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for these guys, especially this close to the end of the race. 2 laps to go. You do not want to cause a problem for yourself. All right. Final lap. And let's go ahead and watch Carl as he finishes off his final lap right now. Catching up to Eric Andrews. These guys are all spaced out pretty equally. You know, season finishing turn, he's entering the turn. It's the distance between them is really too far for them to make up. All right, and there we go. First place goes to Carl Handwerks. Second place is then going to go to Kevin Foster. And third place, Eric Andrews. That was a rough race. With these Indy cars, you know, you plowed into a wall, you are going to lose it, and it's going to destroy the car. These are very fragile cars. You have to be very careful on this course. You don't have the luxury of they did with the Mazdas, where they can get a little closer and get rough with each other. You just can't do that with these guys. All right, let's go ahead and pull the winners into the waiting booth and talk to them a little bit. I'm going to do something a little unusual since this broke down to the last 3 guys and they're pretty spaced out. I'm actually going to bring them all in one and talk to them, so let's see what happens. Hey, Carl, this is Booth, copy?
I gotcha.
All right, I'm going to bring you all you guys in at once, so just hold on. I'm going to have you guys talk together on this one.
Sounds good.
Hey, Eric, this is Booth, copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, I'm going to bring Kevin in. We're going to have a group conversation about this race.
10-4.
Hey, Kevin, this is Booth, copy?
Hello.
All right, so I got the 3 finishers, the survivors of this deadly death race of high-speed machines. How do you guys feel about the race? We had a lot of issues going on. You guys got really close to each other. I think you guys got a little too comfortable from the Mazdas, and then you get over to these guys, and you think you can get that close, and you just clip someone's tire, and they're out of the race.
Yeah, it was definitely a handful out there. I mean, it's just from you know, driving from one extreme to the other is what we just experienced here. As far as, you know, from
Hot to
going
cold.
120 miles an hour to, you know, 230 in the corners here. Yeah, it was definitely loose and definitely sketchy at times with these cars.
Eric, I see you're back in the race. Did Willie take a knee to let you finish?
No, I just think you know, things were never give up attitude for us, and just, you know, I think some people got a little bit discouraged with you know, with the cars and stuff, and they're tough cars to drive.
Yeah, definitely. Especially from being able to run some laps with you guys, though, it was really tough. Just when you got someone swinging back and forth, or you're trying to make that pass, and you really don't know if someone's coming up behind you or not. You may have your spotter telling you, but you don't know how close they are, or if they're just right next to your wheel or not.
Yeah, and you get right up behind somebody. I mean, you really get a draft and get a heck of a tow and slingshot past them, and it's something totally different with these cars compared to the Cup car.
Yeah, definitely. Carl, you want to chime in on this? Or you having fun doing laps or doing circles? She finished it. Let's see if you wrote his name there.
No, it's really it's kind of just to emphasize, what the two guys said is you had to be on your toes 100% of the time, especially through the corners. I mean, straightaways were they are what they are, but I mean, if you weren't on your toes, like even me, like at the end there, I was pulling away a little bit, but if I didn't back off as much as I did, like it just, even backing off, it was sketchy.
Really?
And it's just and it just, all it takes is that one little bump or that one little burp or something, and you're around. And it was white knuckling for sure.
Compared to, I guess, the practice that we did, do you think this track was a little slippier than before? Because I felt like the practice track was sticking really well, and you could be really aggressive with these cars with the downforce and how well they're sticking to the course. Do you guys feel like you had that much room to play with, or did it feel a little more restricting, where you had to be a little more lighter on the touch and, like you said, white knuckled?
I mean, I think the new scan here of the new Michigan, it's definitely a lot bumpier, because I think the older one, the Michigan 2014 that you can run on here, is a lot smoother, because it was just kind of like freshly repaved, or at least closer to being freshly repaved back then. So now it's bumpier, and that's why they were definitely hopping a little bit. And I mean, you couldn't touch the low line without the car wanting to snap around, and even the middle line was a little sketchy. That's why you see me, I was trying to run the high as much as possible, just to kind of keep the speed up.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, that's tough. Well, thanks again, guys, for running in today. I want to thank you guys for racing. I had a blast watching you guys race. I wish I could have participated in this one. This one was fun to me. I wanted to do this one.
I mean, as always, thanks for you for putting this on there and putting us out there, and it's definitely a blast to be able to to have friends and family and everything watching out there. So shout out to everybody that's watching, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to Death by Moose Media, and thanks to the guys that put on the show out here, the core boys themselves.
And a big thank you to Barry for sponsoring this death race of bangers and speed demons out here. It was nuts. Going from hot to cold, like Eric said, it's really tough for these guys to keep up. Oh wait, sorry, that was Kevin. My bad.
Yeah, like you said, it was definitely a survival race for sure. Definitely. I mean, not that the Mazdas weren't, but that this was definitely a survival race.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for everything. I'll go ahead and put you back in general and close out the race.
Thanks again.
Well, you heard it there, folks. It was a hot and cold race, going from a slow, bumpy ride to a very fast, deadly race. Anything could happen on both these races. You're talking about one where you can push each other around and you can recover from it, and another one where you hit a pebble and you're done for. So you got to be careful out there with these cars. You got to really have some time on them to really get to know how they drive, and especially on these oval courses, it really allows you to meet the max amount of limits and speed that these cars can push. Like they're saying, these guys were hauling ass, and they were getting to a point where going around those corners, they could feel the back end slipping, and these cars have a lot of downforce. So good on them there for surviving the race. And I'll see you guys next time. Tune in next week.